Happy Sunday. You did it, you guys. You you made it through the week. And I'm sure you're thinking, oh, you are all over the place, girlfriend. Last week I was talking about applying hair color, go to cosmetology school. Then you told me to maybe ditch cosmetology school and create a social media account, and it was a lot, right? But that's the nature of our job. And what's been pretty amazing to me over the course of my career is it just gets really easy to compartmentalize in this career because of the scheduling aspect that like for me, I have so much control over my schedule. I'm able to just switch from different components in my life because I know when I'm at I know when I'm working with hair, I'm not taking it home with me. We're not teachers. We don't really have homework. The only thing we have to do is buy product for the most part. I know that, well, I mean, now I know that our industry is also pandemic proof, right? I don't want to get too far into that topic, but people just they, especially females, nothing keeps us away from getting our hair done. Now, even my client yesterday, she kind of commented, and well, she said, well, 9 months, like that's not nothing. That's a pretty big chunk of time. And I just thought, is it? And this is a woman who's, in her mid-20s, and she has her bachelor's degree, and I've known her for a while. And I just thought, but girlfriend, you just spent 4 years at an institution, and we were just talking about how the economy is changing, and she's in a great position. She's just going to get into a different industry. And I thought we both kind of came to the conclusion that even though a bachelor's degree was required by the company that she currently works for, for her actual job, she doesn't necessarily need a 4-year degree. And that's precisely my point. I just know the amount of blood, sweat, and tears that goes into acquiring an education. And once again, I just don't think 9 months is that much to sacrifice. Quote, it's not even a sacrifice, it's an investment. Even my continuing education is up to me. I pay my state license every 2 years, which the state paid for this last year because of the pandemic. And my continuing education is me going on Instagram, looking up new styles, figuring out which hairstylist I would love to take a class from. And I do that a couple of times a year. It's on me. The onus is on me. And you think, yeah, but nothing's going to push me because I'm not a self-starter or self-motivator. Like I'm really into instruction and rules. And I just think, yeah, but these instructions and rules, these parameters or these guidelines that I'm pointing out, they're not that big of a deal. And one of the reasons I haven't even mentioned this yet, I'm part of a women's shelter and some of my volunteer work, and I didn't want to bring it up right away because I trust me, I don't do that much. I'm not doing the hard work, the really hard work that some of these people are doing by creating women's shelters to help females and individuals, who have had it hard, really hard, get on their feet again. And they're just so downtrodden, and they weren't always. I always say, like, we're all 3 disasters away from living under a bridge. Three life events, or maybe even just one. Maybe you're just barely hanging on right now. And I just think cosmetology is like this amazing certificate that you can give yourself back to yourself, prove to yourself that you can do this. And whether it's hair, skin, or nails, you can start making money right away. I wanted to start this episode off with the best piece of advice I was ever given, and it still holds true today. And that's never criticize another hairstylist. And my mentor told me that. I still look up to him. He's one of the pioneers of this industry. He's in his early 70s now. And I just thought, because he's such a critical person. I mean, he's not a critical person. He just has a really keen eye for what he wants in a style. And it shocked me that he said that. But this is something that was explained to me. And he just said, we all were terrible. Or even when we thought a look wasn't terrible, he said, I can look at the beginning of my work and realize, I had a lot of improvement. And we're all so sensitive. I've never met a group of people more sensitive than hairstylists. And we all have this, we're really critical towards our own work, I believe. And then when we look at someone else's work, we always want to, not always, but kind of look at it from an angle of what we would have done had that been our client or had that been our event. And the most recent celebrity hair transformation that was talked about ad nauseum is Kim Kardashian going from brunette to blonde. And even that same client I was talking about earlier in this episode, she said, yeah, but did you see her hair was all splotchy and gold and ash, and she only did it in one sitting. And there was, I couldn't believe that my client, who's not even a hairstylist, had all of this to say about Kim Kardashian's hair transformation. And I know that how difficult it is to go through a transformation like that, let alone to be on a public forum and to be a public stage. But where the reason I'm saying do not criticize other hairstylists is because we give each other work, you guys. Whether it's a color correction or somebody who's loved their hairstylist that's retiring, or maybe it's somebody who they need an assistant on a large wedding or a large fashion show. In fashion shows, if you want to get into that world, we work in teams, we hire each other. And it doesn't help us to criticize one another, especially when you're starting and you find yourself being criticized by one of your peers or one of your teachers. It's going to get you in a really negative mindset. And after everything I told you last week, as far as setting up that social media account, right? Reaching out to people that getting the courage to say, hey, I'm a cosmetology student. Let me apply your gray hair color. Your hair color to cover your gray. Hey, I would love to style your hair for prom. I am a person who is learning how to style hair. Can I be your assistant for this wedding? All of those things take a source of energy within that that you want to have a better life, right? You're trying something to improve your life, and it may not be forever that you're a hairstylist. You might not even want to be a hairstylist. You might want to do makeup or nails or eyelashes. And what I'm trying to explain to you is, even though cosmetology school isn't this source of how to become like this master of your art type of environment, it is a really great time frame because you have to sit on your butt and be there 8 hours a day, right? For you to realize that this type of work is invaluable when you get your own creative juices running in your brain. Mostly the creative juices that say, wow, I am able to reinvent myself. And by reinventing yourself, whether it's just in your own hair, but if it's in your own career or your own life, you're going to be able to look someone in the mirror and say, I think you can reinvent yourself. I think, right? Like, one of the craziest things I've ever suggested to someone, and they give me a look like, maybe I was born on a different planet, is if part of where they part their hair on, they have a lot of damage from the flat iron or the curling iron, and they'll look at me and say, what do I do? It's just so damaged. I just don't know what to do. And I will suggest, well, maybe let's try parting your hair on the other side. And you just see the look of utter disbelief in their face, because they've never really thought of parting their hair on the other side, and will try parting their hair on the other side. they just don't recognize themselves, and they'll say, no, I can't do that. I think I just need a product to weigh this damage down, or I'll just wait till this side of my hair grows out. And we're all just such humans are all just animals of routine and nature, and we get in a rut. Everybody gets in a rut, and giving someone a different blow dry or a different look, you help to get them out of their own negative or their own rut, even if it's not negative, to help them recreate themselves. And I know that's a huge tangent, but I just want to congratulate you for getting through this week, because it's really such an exciting journey of where you want to take this next part of your life. And mindset with everything in life is so important. And to look up, just to pick your head up, where no matter if you're going to get fast food or to pop into the convenience store for a drink, or just the everyday person that has an everyday job, they have a hairstylist. Everybody has a hairstylist. So anyway, with that, I hope you have a really great Sunday. I hope you're able to look back on the week and what you were able to accomplish, and just give yourself some kudos.